Nammo good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. We've been reading Ajahn Chah's book, Bodhinyana, and this is from his Dhamma talk, Dhamma Nature. In order to practice his teaching, the Buddha taught us to live in a quiet place, so that we can learn to collect and restrain the senses of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. This is a foundation for our practice, since these are the places where all things arise, and only in these places. Thus we collect and restrain these 6 senses in order to know the conditions that arise there. All good and evil arise through these 6 senses. They are predominant faculties in the body. The eye is predominant in seeing, the ear in hearing, the nose in smelling, the tongue in tasting, the body in contacting hot, cold, hard, and soft, and the mind in the arising of mental impressions. All that remains for us to do is to build our practice around these points. The practice is easy because all that is necessary has already been set down by the Buddha. This is comparable to the Buddha planting an orchard and inviting us to partake of its fruit. We ourselves do not need to plant one. Whether concerning morality, meditation, or wisdom, there is no need to create, decree, or speculate, because all that we need to do is follow the things which already exist in the Buddha's teaching. Therefore, we are beings who have much merit and good fortune in having heard the teachings of the Buddha. The orchard already exists, the fruit is already ripe, everything is already complete and perfect. All that is lacking is someone to partake of the fruit, someone with the faith enough to practice. We should consider that our merit and good fortune are very valuable. All we need to do is look around to see how much other creatures are possessed of ill fortune. Take dogs, pigs, snakes, and other creatures, for instance. They have no chance to study Dhamma, no chance to know Dhamma, no chance to practice Dhamma. These are beings possessed of ill fortune who are receiving karmic retribution. When one has no chance to study, to know, to practice Dhamma, then one has no chance to be free from suffering. As human beings, we should not allow ourselves to become victims of ill fortune, deprived of proper manners and discipline. Do not become a victim of ill fortune. That is to say, one without hope of attaining the path of freedom to nibbana, without hope of developing virtue. Do not think that we are already without hope. By thinking in that way, we would then become possessed of ill fortune the same as other creatures. We are beings who have come within the sphere of influence of the Buddha. Thus, we human beings are already of sufficient merit and resources. If we correct and develop our understanding, opinions, and knowledge in the present, then it will lead us to behave and practice in such a way as to see and know Dhamma in this present life as human beings. We are thus different from other creatures, things that should be enlightened to the Dhamma. The Buddha taught that at this present moment, the Dhamma exists here, in front of us. The Buddha sits facing us, right here and now. At what other time or place are you going to look? May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.